ago, I have tested the Mercedes CLA250. I liked it a lot. Yet here I am again, CLA45 S. And something tells me that both you and me are gonna like this machine just a little bit more. So why CLA45 S if we've got the A45 S? Well, let the A stay where it is. It's a little bit more boyish, a little bit more hooligan. CLA, on the other hand, brings more class and elegance, which for me personally is a cherry on the cake. So a noble machine, and I brought it to this beautiful place called Palace La Sotov. A lovely family has let me use their venue. You can actually organize a big party here, you can get married here. I'll put the link to this place in the description below so that you can have a look. But without further ado, I say, let's hop on the road and see just how sharp the CLA claws really are. So unlike the CLA35, the 45 gets Panamericana grille. Proper AMG, boys and girls. Oh yes. So 0 to 100 is only 4 seconds. Let's launch this beautiful thing. You didn't think I'm going to let it get away without it. The surface is very bumpy, but nevertheless, let's give it a go. Check. We're in race mode, foot on the throttle, on the brake, and off we go flying. Holy moly! This thing is quick, it is brutal. Oh dear. Oh dear. Look at my timing. 420. It just shows you women can't drive, really. I can't even launch this bloody thing. Shame on me. I will try my best and I will get there. I will get below 4 seconds. I must. Mustn't I? Shame. Disgusting. Anyway, you see, doing these crazy procedures, it just highlights the importance of good seats. These babies literally have got your back. When you decide to go faster in the corners, perhaps a little bit too fast, yeah, worry not. But then, when you're just cruising around town, you know, showing off a little bit, minding your own business, you do really get that Mercedes-Benz ride with these seats. But anyway, 2-in-1. But what's not 2-in-1 is me. Certainly. Oh, just terrible. Four cylinders in a performance car? Huh. I can already see you turning up your nose. So have I a little bit, I must admit. Yet, this is the most powerful 2-liter 4-cylinder engine available on the market today, because it produces glorious 421 horsepower, 500 newton meters of torque. It is turbocharged and it has been handcrafted by an AMG fellow. I don't know you, but I already like you. Handcrafted, unlike, for example, the CLA35 or A35. Both are good fun, but they're a little bit, well, an entry AMG models, shall I say. So beside this ticking bomb sitting under the bonnet, we also have a lot of bracing going on. This combined with performance brakes seriously indicates some serious business. Oh bloody hell, because let me tell you, when you put your foot down on the throttle, this car is just brutal. I mean, the reaction is instant. It is agile like a cat. That turbocharger, oh boy, that thing kicks in and simply, it bloody takes your breath away, and not often you can shut a woman up like this. Oh yes, the sound is simply divine. I don't know if we've got some speakers in the car, I don't think so, but bloody hell, this thing sounds glorious. Well, perhaps not as glorious as the previous CLA AMG, and we can thank European Union for this castration process that Mercedes-Benz has complied with. Oh well, but anyway, moving on, the steering here is sharp, it is very precise and very quick, something that I absolutely love. So when you give everything, because the boot space here is massive. 505 liters, and you can fold the seats down to get a whopping 960 liters. It is a little bit less than in a 2-liter CLA shooting brake, but I reckon for what you get, it is pretty good. So this car sits lower than the regular CLA. The suspension is also much stiffer. There are 3 settings for the suspension, and I classify them into pretty much hard, harder, and brace your bum. But this is a good thing because ultimately it translates into superb handling. I mean, at the end of the day, it is quite a bit of car. It is an estate car, for Christ's sake, yet it handles like a dream, honestly. So I've got the setting individual mode, and it's a nice blend because both the engine and the gearbox are in the sport mode, but my suspension is sort of the middle setting, and it is still quite firm. Now I've got 9-speed automatic transmission, a lot of gears to go through, yet it does not think twice, this car. It's just upshift, downshift, it knows exactly where it needs to be. I'm actually quite, wow, really impressed, I must say. Anyway, let's be a little bit more sensible. The cameras are moving because it's bumpy and I'm doing all sorts of crazy things. Let's pop you into comfort mode. So as you are cruising in a comfort mode, things do settle down, we become a little bit more relaxed and laid back. The car becomes a little bit more quiet. The suspension is still firm, because what Mercedes does not want you to forget is that you are in fact driving a performance car, and there is just no way of running away from it. You're gonna feel it and you're gonna love it. The gearbox is a little bit slower, but no means it is lethargic. Just bloody brilliant, that's what it is. Now that we are on sort of more practical German car discussion, let's talk about practicality in this vehicle. Well, the visibility here is very good. You're seeing everything you need to see. Look back, you look front, no officer, nope, all good. Off we go, because let me tell you, you will need to be looking at these things, because you will sooner or later get carried away in this car, because it's brutal. It is just so tempting. It's just, you just brush on the accelerator, stroke it like a cat, and you just end up flying. Now that we're on practicality, what is the fuel economy? Well, you're looking at anywhere between 9 and 13 liters. Why such a wide range? Well, it just depends what shit you're gonna get up to. As for myself, of course, it's 13 liters. That's because I do enjoy thoroughly spending prolonged periods of time in a second gear. Can't blame me. I just love it. 421 horsepower. It is still very, very good, actually. I mean, I'm just a fuel waster. That's okay. Come to inspect the cabin. AMG steering wheel, lovely Alcantara, it feels really good in your hands. You've got the shortcut buttons here for your infotainment system and your display. You also have a shortcut button here to change from comfort mode to sport, sport plus, race. Surprisingly, you even have snow mode. Oh well, how practical. After all, it is a German car. Also, with the press of a single button, you can open your exhaust so that you sound even more vocal. Now, you wouldn't expect anything less from Mercedes. The quality of the materials, the finishing is beautiful. Everything looks, feels, smells just quality, premium, except for this wobbly thing. I mean, it's a little bit climate controlled, a bit plastic, fantastic. Oh, Mercedes. But on the other hand, human mind is conditioned to bitch eventually. So, moving on, this large screen comes as standard versus the little one for the peasants. You don't want that. The infotainment system is very easy to use, straightforward. In fact, probably it's one of the best infotainment systems available on the market. It's the Hey Mercedes.
What can I do for you?
I am super hot.
Temperature on the driver's side set to maximum.
Oh dear. He's done the opposite. Oh dear. Oh well. Oh dear, it's 28 degrees. Oh no, we don't want that because it is 29 degrees outside. Well, it just shows you. Typical woman does not listen. We all have all sorts of things here, including track pace, where you can measure just how good you are. Now, what else comes as standards is ambient lighting. It's really lovely. Yes, I sound like a princess, that I am actually, but when it gets grey outside and the weather just becomes nasty, let me tell you, the ambient lighting, brilliant. But overall, oh well, Mercedes-Benz cabin, Mercedes-Benz class. So we're coming to the end of our date, and as a typical woman, I'm just gonna sneak in the pricing. In the UK, the CLA45 S costs just under £60,000. If you ask me, actually, I think it is reasonably priced. After all, you're getting quite a bit of fun and luxury. You see, not many brands can achieve that. Build a car that looks and feels badass, seriously badass, but at the same time looks and feels very sophisticated and elegant. Well, the CLA45 S shooting brake is one of these cars. It is simply magnificent. It is phenomenal, and I bloody love it. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. So I've had this car now for a week, and here's my thinking. The C63 is brilliant, but it is also brutal, and if everybody would have started driving the C63, you would be dead, probably tomorrow. Unless you've got some sort of a mental blockage with having 4 pots, this is more than plenty. For majority of people, that is. And you see, the good thing is that this car has got no software limiter, meaning you can very quickly become really good friends with your neighbors because you can rev it up to 7,000 RPMs while stationary. Proper German car.